Have you ever tried to change somebody's values to, because we know how to do this through NLP, to elicit the unconscious values that motivates and drives somebody to really get all the way to the peak performance, or give up on the way, or not even try that hard? Have you ever tried to change the values, and how did it work if you did?
I have, and I will put a caveat on it that you need to be very careful
Always.
what you change, of
Absolutely.
course. That being said, inevitably there'll be a change in behavior. Clearly, the moment you start changing values, your behavior changes. Now, sometimes it's not just you, and there's other people that you've got to take into consideration, whether you like to or not.
Yes,
The
yes.
question is, are you okay to potentially endure some of the consequences of you changing sufficiently that may not be aligned with other people? So have I changed some values? Yes. Not lightly. The other thing that when I have changed values, that I have also worked with the immediate core support group to also make sure that they are on par, because it really does fall or stand by the culture, right? And the culture is by definition not just one person. So the other key members, or ideally as many of the key members involved, need to be directly involved. I can also tell you that it's when that hasn't happened, that has certainly led to a lot of friction. And that's because there's a different level of what you want. There's a different level of behavior that is required to go after that. And sometimes people don't like that. And, that's
Sure,
okay.
if your whole being changes, and actually what you're explaining to you, I'm going to translate this in NLP terms. It's simply what we call in NLP ecology. What are the consequences, not only for the individual, but also for the surrounding members, especially when you're working with teams? There are always, imagine a person that behaves this way until today, and all of a sudden you change something, and now they are going like a rocket because they are so motivated for winning, for example. Which yesterday maybe they were more motivated to have fun and enjoy and make jokes and all sorts of things. That's a major change. So every interaction that this very person has with the rest of the team changes. Now, that could be encountered like, whoa, let's see, so in a very positive fashion, or it could be like, what has gotten into you? Which is non-supportive. So that's pretty much what you're addressing. And in NLP, we call this NLP. There are always consequences, especially when you change values at the unconscious level. There are major differences. So I appreciate the fact that you mentioned you got to be very careful with this. And actually, when we teach it, it's like a lot of, careful, think carefully before you do anything. Don't jump on it just because it seems like a good idea. They're very powerful changes, but when you did it and it worked, it made a difference. Am I correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, part of the key thing from a psychology perspective is the ability for that person to have as much behavioral flexibility, because things will change. Your environment will change. When your results change, the people around you will inevitably also change. So, and with that comes a different level of expectation. And as you go higher up the ladder, those expectations grow, the pressure grows, and as a result, people can change. People do change. So how do you then deal with that? And that's part of your psychology in a peak performance
Well, you either
setting.
deal with people who cheer you up and they honestly stay there, or people who go into what I call the EJG, envy, jealousy, and greed. Oh, look at you achieved now. So nevertheless, there are changes, and you have to be prepared to deal with those. Yes, absolutely. All right. Emma, thank you so much. We're going to come back with a series more questions. If you have any more questions in this respect, please let us know. Send them to our office. The email will be posted below. And it's been very enjoyable. Our conversations are great. I really appreciate you, Emma, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Much appreciated. Thank you, Adriana, and your listeners as well.
See you next time. Bye.